Well, you already hit the button, so everybody's listening to us at the moment.
Oh, I thought
we set up a time to meet prior to when we start. When you show up 3 minutes before you start,
I was here. I was trying to get this thing situated. It sucks.
I show up typically an hour before the show.
Yeah, tell the people why their time is invaluable. You're listening to the most downloaded HVAC entertainment podcast in the world. Welcome to the HVAC Overtime Show, everybody. Hosted by me, Bill Russell. My bestest friends in the whole wide world. Chris Stefanovich up there. Adam Muffich. Stefanovich, Muffich. You get it? Then we got Joe Somebody, who just squeaked into the show in the nick of time because he had a very important phone call to make.
Actually, I had to, Joe messaged me just before the show. He's like, hey, did you ever add me back to the show? And then I was like, oh no, I forgot. So when we did that episode where we had the Misfits on, I had to remove Joe as a moderator, because if Joe's a moderator, then he could see that the Misfits were waiting down in the waiting room, like at the bottom of the screen. So I had to remove him as a moderator. And then I was just going to play it off as Joe was just being a dork and couldn't figure out his computer again, because that happens all the time. And that's what we told him. And then I forgot I had to add him back. So
wait a minute. Am I doing blackface tonight? Do I have a black face?
No.
Go ahead, Adam. Go ahead.
I was going to say that was a really good show. I was watching Joe's emotional roller coaster throughout the entire show.
Dude, when they first popped on, Joe sat there. He had a smirk on his face, and then his head turned red, dude.
Seriously.
Like a cherry.
It was gonna pop.
Joe, the last time I saw him that angry was when John Escobar from HVAC 2.0 was on the show.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Like right before he spazzed out.
Remember,
like, I don't know who this girl is that you're talking about. Because he kept on saying something about this. I don't remember the example he gave, but we should bring that clip back up some point in time.
That was a sneak attack, but what got me too is because Bill said he can't get into StreamYards either. Now, was that part of the plan, or you can knock out Bill?
Yeah,
as well?
that was part of the plan.
Bill, you're such a sneak.
I had to add in like the little details like that is what makes it count.
Make it. Yep,
Yep.
right.
Exactly.
But let's be honest though, your head was gonna pop at the beginning, but by the end, you were chilled out, dude.
Oh,
you
damn,
were chilled
cool
out,
shirt,
and
Adam.
you were kind of having a decent time. So
On the outside.
See,
yeah, no.
What do you think Joe was more mad about? That we fooled him into being like interviewed on the fly, or the repercussions after the show?
Oh.
Yeah, I think the repercussions after the show.
I don't know. He probably was pretty mad that we fooled him too. He, for whatever reason, he didn't even come on when Clive was on the show. Come on.
Yeah,
That's true.
Our bestest friend in the whole wide YouTube world.
I know. I wanted to, but I couldn't.
You couldn't. It's Friday. What other obligation do you have on a Friday?
Unless your house is on fire.
It used to be that Joe was the only person that never had missed an overtime
spotless record. He was spotless
for the longest time. Joe was like, I'm here. And then all of a sudden he's like, fuck it. I'm out.
Oh, and then like if one of us were to not show up one Friday, oh dude, like we would hear it in the chat, our super secret chat, for weeks on end.
True.
Thank you, Brian.
He would let us know, and then he would let us know again, and then he'd remind us how many shows that he missed.
Yes.
And then he gets a chick in his life, and he's just like, psh.
Yeah. No, one of the last times that he didn't make it to the show, it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. He's like, yeah, I'm working pretty far from home, and it's gonna be hit or miss if I make it or not. It's gonna be really a stretch. I'm like, dude, the show's like 8 hours from now. What are you talking about?
Yeah, how far away are you?
every time he doesn't make it to the show, he's in the chat the whole show, the
Yeah.
whole freaking show.
I think Chipmunk nailed it, and
It's because of the weather.
Yeah.
Oh, why?
People
Did
are
it
saying I'm
snow?
frozen. Am I
'Cause
lagging?
Canadians don't know what to do when it snows.
You're in a super good position too, the way you froze, Bill.
Sweet. See, that's why I always have my mouth covered up, because I don't want to freeze with my mouth open, and then you guys can just Photoshop things in there that are not ever there. Wink, wink.
So
Twink,
we
twink.
have legit entered winter in Southern California, guys.
So
Oh,
is your heat running over there?
My heat is running every day now. Every day when I wake up,
Oh,
it runs for about
shoot.
20 minutes a day.
20 minutes a day.
Yeah.
Remember when we were talking about your heat not keeping up because we undersized it?
Yeah, exactly. No, my stuff is super quiet and it's doing just fine. I'm keeping it right around when I sleep, I keep it at 68. And then when I wake up, I usually bump it up to 71. So everybody wakes up to a warmer house, and we kind of maintain 71 all day.
Hey, I gotta say, the other day we hit 13 degrees at night, and the night before that, because I've been, and I know what everyone says, don't use setback thermostats, don't turn your temperature down on a heat pump when it's cold outside, and that everyone in my family likes to sleep when it's a little bit cold, so I cut it back like 4 degrees at night usually, right? I knew you were hitting 13. I'm like, man, we're coasting. So I left it sit at 70 all night long. It maintained. Yeah, we did it. So I'm pretty happy about that. Yeah, I'm still waiting. I don't know what my actual load is to my house because Quick Model has had 100 updates since I've done the load of my house.
100 updates.
I can't open my file anymore, and I don't want to run it again. And
remember that time I was doing a load calc thing, and like every week me and you would sit down and do a little bit, and I'm like, oh well, now this doesn't work, and then we'd have to go and get oh yeah, we updated that 47 times since you used it last.
Yep, exactly.
That's not what happened.
Changing up,
kind of.
I still have a few years,
but this weekend I'm free all weekend, so.
Oh, wow. So we're gonna get some stuff done this weekend.
I gotta get some stuff done for you.
You know how many projects between me, Adam, Bill, and Joe, sometimes we have these projects that we say we're gonna start in our heads. We have all these ideas in our heads, and we're always like, hey, let's do this. And I'm like, yeah, let's do that, and start doing research, and then we all just get it.
Remember when I was gonna have like every big brain in the HVAC industry come to my house and test it?
Yep. Well, that was going to happen at my house too.
Then you realize you had a dirty filter.
Well, yeah, that, and like I realized like one of the main reasons, I think the main focal point of that entire conversation was the master bedroom. It fluctuates, in the summer it's too hot, wintertime it's colder than the other rooms. And I don't know why it just clicked to me one day, like that room, it sits directly above my garage. And like it's the only room above the garage. Like that whole room is above the garage. And
they have a fancy term for that in the home performance world, Bill.
Room above the garage?
Yeah, kind of. Frog. It's a frog.
It's a frog?
Yeah.
That's got to stand for something, right?
Finished room above garage. Finished room over garage, not above.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that. That's solid science right there.
Yeah.
Finished room above garage.
That seems to be a problem there.
Over
right?
garage. Yes. Finished room over garage. But I mean, obviously that's why I'm getting temperature fluctuations in that room. And then I'm like, all right, so let's say we get all the big brains here, we test it, and we're like, all right, airflow could use some adjustments, blah, blah, blah. It is a little bit leaky. I'm controlling the air coming in and going out to some extent. It's not the best. I just have fart fans on continuously. That's how they're doing my air changeovers in this house. Not the best, but I thought about it. I'm like, what am I legitimately
going to do? Back up a second. What you just said is you got to expand on that. He has constant exhaust, so his bath fans are continuous exhaust. It runs nonstop, 24/7. His bath fans are running, so he's creating infiltration. He's putting his house on a negative pressure.
But I have air vents on the side of the house that bring air in. There's an actual vent on the side of the house. Like it's not just sucking in from the walls and the corners and like everything like that. So there's an actual controlled intake, I guess you'd call it.
Oh, where is that? Where's that plumb to?
It goes right into the furnace.
Oh, does it? Oh, okay.
Yeah, right into the ductwork. I forget exactly where. Above the above the coil, I believe.
No, it goes to the return.
Maybe it goes to the return. I can't remember. It would make more sense if it went to the return. But all that to say, like, even if I, did get those guys over here, what am I really going to do? Am I going to tear apart my garage and, foam the whole thing? Like,
why not? If it costs you a couple grand and be comfortable in your master bedroom in your brand new house, why not?
Dude, because I can be comfortable by changing my pants.
Or getting a new comforter.
I can put socks on and be comfortable. I can be comfortable. I'll just leave the room. I don't care.
100% accurate. Says we're freezing over here in California. It's hitting the mid to low 50s.
Oh my god,
that's exactly it. The UGG boots, the beanies, they're all out in full force. 100%.
Dude, I love chicks in UGG boots. Let me just say that.
Well, just come on to California because the dudes have UGG boots too. So whatever floats your boat.
Are they wearing
any preference?
Lululemons though?
There's Lululemon guy stuff and girl stuff. I went into the Lululemon store with my wife because my kids needed something, and I about crapped my pants, like figuratively and literally, when my wife got them 2 water bottles that were $50 each.
2 water bottles?
Water bottles, like freaking tumblers. I'm like, what? $50 each?
No, she didn't.
100%, bro. We spent $100.
You could buy Yetis for cheaper than that.
Dude might just.
This is an excellent segue into what Chris was talking about before the show. He's like, should I buy an iPad? I don't know. Like, I don't really need it. Should I buy $50 cups? I don't know. We don't really need them. We just have all this money filling up our pockets. we can't get it out fast enough.
We don't have all this money, but I'm very curious. Convince me, like, why shouldn't I buy an iPad? I'm thinking about it. I have some ideas in my head how it could benefit me, but I'm trying to figure it out.
Because you need to save your money up for a useless Cybertruck. That's what you need to do.
I don't need no Cybertruck.
You don't need an iPad either.
Cybertruck looks so cool. I'm sorry.
It does. See, we need to get this idea into Chris's head. All it takes is the right phrase, the right combination of words will get this ingrained in his brain. He's like, it's a good idea.
You get a big tax credit. I'm sure you get some kind of a California rebate for being some kind of green.
100%. They'll probably make you governor.
Yeah, but how much in electricity does it cost to charge that damn thing?
I don't know.
I'd be offsetting my HVAC replacement by buying a freaking Cybertruck.
What you need to do is get a couple solar panels, and then you heat it cool for free, and then you drive for free as well too.
Yeah, well, the kicker is that you still, no matter if you stop using electricity completely from the grid, you still have to pay a service fee of a ridiculous amount of money because you're not using electricity from the power company. You can't disconnect from the power company here.
Agree to disagree. But there is an iPad in the dashboard of the Cybertruck.
True.
So kind of like you're already getting like an iPad, but it's surrounded by a kick-ass truck.
Yeah. Use them as gauges too.
I'm not a Tesla person.
You could probably connect your gauges to the dashboard of your Cybertruck.
If I buy another vehicle, I buy another Subaru.
Well, yeah, exactly, Joe. Pull up next to the reefer unit you're working on, hook up your manifold gauges up there, sit down in your Cybertruck, look on the dashboard, like, look, our pressures are this, this, and this. We got a bad TXV, big picture, blah, 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 boom, I'm on the road again.
No, right there. Aerodynamics, not thermodynamics, aerodynamics.
Joe, would you drive a Cybertruck?
You know what? I was just gonna say that I have not seen one here yet.
Well, they're not driving.
They've only made 12.
They're not driving. The only ones you would see driving around at this moment right now are the ones that were like beta trucks. The reviewers just did all the reviews and they delivered the first one yesterday. Like,
did you see the real life? Not the one that Elon Musk showed. Did you see the crash test video on YouTube?
An actual one?
Yeah, it is wild.
Is it the real one though?
It freaking, like, the truck gets, I mean, it's at higher speeds. They show it, I think one of the speed ratio limits.
I've seen the side impact one.
80 miles per hour. The truck is like destroyed at 80 miles an hour. And they did one at 140, and it's like a freaking tin can. There's nothing left to. Obviously, any car will be destroyed at 140 miles an hour.
Did you see during the reveal or whatever, the event, how his lead engineer, when Elon was like, why don't we test the windows again, and he goes and gets the baseball and he goes to throw it and he rolls it off his hand, like, just like, oh that wasn't good. So then he goes again and he throws it like at the corner of the window, like he doesn't throw it at the spot of the window where it shattered last time, Like he was like, oh yeah, and didn't even put any effort into it.
Did it break?
No, but it was funny though, because his lead engineer, like Elon goes, maybe we should do that test again. And his guy kind of looks and goes, are you sure? Like he says something like that. And Elon's like, yeah, let's do it. And he goes to throw it and then does that little soft throw and then does it again. He's like, oh, okay.
I saw him shooting bullets at it.
Yeah, they did the bulletproof stuff too.
I see one on a live stream. I was just gonna mention, and I honestly did like him at first, but when I see one on a live stream, it was in Cali actually. They kind of look kind of obnoxious, like too much.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I don't really like the truck. I just want Chris to buy one.
Like the DeLoreans, the all stainless steel thing. That was like my thing. You know what I mean? This is like a modern day freaking DeLorean.
Yeah, but you know how much upkeep a stainless steel car takes? A ridiculous.
Get a freaking steel wool pad and just.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
it's not that easy.
I assume you got to wash it like with some sort of certain.
Well, maybe on the Cybertruck, they've got some new coatings, but the DeLorean, that was the biggest thing because it weathers really quick and basically it was just regular stainless steel and it starts to get that patina look to it. And you got to do a lot of work. Yeah, you're out there with freaking.
That's a big thing, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't rust, but it's also. Well, I'd be kind of curious to know what kind of stainless steel the actual DeLorean was. Was it real stainless steel or was it like that cheap knockoff that they make refrigerators out of?
You know, that Cybertruck doesn't look aerodynamic at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really care. I'm not going to drive a Cybertruck. What kind of car do you drive like in your personal time, Adam?
I don't have a personal car.
You don't have a personal car?
That's your work truck?
Yeah. What about you, Bill? Just like a truck?
Yeah, a Ram.
I just have a Chevy truck. What about you, Joe?
Same. I'm just using my work
Wienermobile.
Your work truck for like your personal truck?
Right now, yeah. I haven't decided what I want to get yet.
Did you hear that they renamed the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile back to the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile?
Thank goodness.
I didn't know they ever changed it.
Yeah, they changed it. Yeah, they changed it away from the Wienermobile, but then they realized it didn't work out too well.
I saw that. You know, I saw that truck on the freeway. There's 3 days ago.
There's multiple.
Well, yeah, but there's one that I don't know what it does, or where it's from, but it frequents local venues around here. And I saw it the other day on the freeway, like coming up past the semi truck. I'd be like, man, that'd be cool if that smashed right into a custard truck.
They should make the Wienermobile electric, huh?
Yeah,
be the super gay then.
Jessica did mention she's seen the Dodge Ram electric. I've seen it not in like just online. It looks pretty sweet, just like the Ford. But the
I'm sorry. Did you see? There was a Dodge in their freaking. I've never been a huge Dodge fan, but in their there was some Dodge employees that were working. They were all in Mopar uniforms, working at a Chrysler repair facility, and they were fixing the Grand Wagoneer. And they had to change like a really simple. No, I think they had to do an engine swap on it. It was like it only had a couple 100 miles on it or something like that. But they were talking shit like the workers. It was like a TikTok or whatever. And they had the whole body lifted off the truck, and they had the chassis and the engine right there. And the dude walks to the back of the engine, and there is a heater hose, right? A rubber hose that's about that long in the backside of the engine that you could never get to without pulling the whole body off the truck. And the guy's when do you think that hose is going to wear out? And I'm surprised they put it on TikTok because you could see they were at a Dodge facility. I go, oh, someone got fired for that right there.
Yeah.
Like, but seriously, there's like
that's a good question though.
Heater hose on the back of it, and it's right up against the firewall of the truck.
I want to know who like designs all this crap. Where did you guys hear that? What's that other electric Rivian, the electric truck?
Mm-hmm.
I was watching like little clips in that, and these people are claiming if you get body damage to the bed of a Rivian, it's like if you get a dent and it, most of the places you go to get a paintless dent removal or whatever, it might cost you $500 or $1,000 to get it fixed. People are getting quotes for like $35,000 on Rivians because you have to pull the whole freaking. It's like part of the frame.
Yeah, it's a unibody or whatever.
Oh, that's super stupid. There's a new electric trunk company. I don't know where it's actually from, but it's called Edison, I think. It's like a small startup company, and the guy just started, and he's making like semi trucks or hauling sort of trucks, I guess. But they're not all electric. They're diesel powered, but the diesel engines run generators that power the electric motors and the wheels. Not sure why, but he says it's the best way to run electric vehicles.
So Facebook user, I don't know who you are, but he said the Ford Flex, in order to change the water pump, the engine has to be removed.
That is
so
amazing.
There is some truth to that. I actually had a Ford Flex, and the reason why we got rid of it was because I came home one day, and that was our favorite vehicle, by the way. We loved the Ford Flex. It was like a station wagon car. It was badass.
Did you guys have the glass roof?
We had partial
roof?
glass roof. Yeah. It wasn't the solid all the way across, but we had two like T-top windows in the back and then one sunroof in the front. So my kids each had like a visor they could pull down. But I came home from work and my wife's like, the car was making a funny noise today. And I go over there and I look underneath the car and it's dripping water from where the water pump area is at. And I'm like, what the hell? So I pulled the freaking dipstick for the oil and it's all antifreeze.
Oh no.
And I was like, fuck. Because it has an internal water pump. And on the other side of the water pump, when the seal fails, it floods the crankcase with water. And I was like, we had probably 100,000 miles on it and we weren't ready to get rid of it. But I was like,
100,000 miles and it did that.
Yeah.
So Chris put it on, he put it on Facebook Marketplace and made it.
Sold it to the nearest sucker.
I sold it. No, but I was upfront and honest with the dude when he came. And I was like, bro, the water pump
What's
failed.
up, Clive?
I drove it, like it still ran, but I was like, nope, not doing it.
You're puffing smoke, weren't you?
What's that?
Weren't you puffing smoke, like driving puffing smoke?
Yeah. It was
no kidding.
Kind of crap like that, yeah.
So Clive, Joe is sorry he didn't make it.
Yes, our very own furry bear. Sorry, Clive. Sorry.
Furry bear.
Yes.
But if you guys missed it, we had Clive on the show last week. And as always, Clive delivered. It was amazing. I imagine now that he was on the show again for like what, the 6th or 7th time, he's probably close to 2 million subscribers now.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably. You know? It's funny how we don't get a bump, but anybody on the show does. How did that rumor even get started? Wasn't there somebody was it HVAC Quality or something? I think was the guy that
Zach DeJarnis.
Yeah, Zach DiGiorno.
We had him on the show like legit right when he was first starting. And like 2 months later, he had some ridiculous amount of
he was sponsored by everybody and filming commercials for
when you guys had Zach on, I was actually in Florida for the first symposium that I was in there because I remember I missed it, but I was listening to the show when I was driving or whatever. It was like I think it was the very first symposium, I think. Yeah.
I don't even remember conversating with that guy. Conversing with that guy.
I'd been like dragging my feet just because I didn't want to have to deal with it. So yesterday when I got home from work, I spent 5 hours freaking scouring the internet trying to find flights. And I booked my AHR flights and my symposium flights and hotels and all that travel crap.
I did my
5
flight
hours
months ago. Yeah. I booked my flight when I bought my ticket because I didn't want that to be an issue.
Yeah,
man, you got that right, Jesus Fish.
True. The Overtime show has made my career.
Man, so what have you guys been doing this week? You guys have anything fun you worked on? Anything new you learned?
I finished up my smoke detector job. The fire alarm company finally showed up. I was able to commission my system.
Yeah, I haven't seen the videos on that if you released them. What's the deets on that?
I just had a restaurant that called me because the fire alarm company was doing an inspection. They said a duct detector or smoke detector wasn't working. And when I got up there to look at the smoke detectors, none of them were tripped, but I've been in this situation before, but they were really, really difficult to get to. And when you have these nuisance problems and they're really hard, you're going to be chasing the duct detectors back and forth. You're going to be climbing up there, testing things, going back down. So I just talked the customer into letting me relocate all their duct detectors because they were in crappy locations in the attic. And I moved them all up to the roof and ran all the wires and everything. And it was just a process to get it all done.
That's funny. I got to go to an emergency call tomorrow morning for some smoke alarms. Some 130-ton train units. There's 7 of them that are all tripped on smoke for some reason.
It's just one of them. They're daisy chained together, probably.
The building's burning down right now, Bill.
Probably. They're like, yeah, we smell smoke, but we're okay.
And every unit in our entire building is going off on smoke.
It's a mall. They have 3,830 ton rooftop units.
Yeah,
so
and they
gonna be
do them
neat.
in sections is usually what they do. So they'll link, 20 of
So you
them.
think just
15
like
of them
one
together.
tripped, and then they all?
Yep, bet you.
So you just
Well,
gotta figure
I
out which
think you can only
one.
daisy chain so many together. It might be only 6 or 7 you can daisy chain together.
Yeah, I think that's literally what it is, like 6 or 7 of them. And
Yeah.
I don't know anything about this other than I know they have an automated system that controls set points, fire alarm, of course, all the normal mall stuff you'd see.
All you're gonna have to do is find a trip detector and hit reset, find the bad blower motor, and lock that unit out, and all the other ones will work.
Now, why would a bad blower mower let the smoke out?
Yep. Let the
Yeah.
smoke out, blew it down in. Probably has a supply. If it's a shopping mall, it probably has a supply and a return duct detector on each unit. And it probably just triggered the duct detector. That or just dirty sensors because nobody maintains them.
No.
Yep. Pretty much.
That'd be
Ted
cool.
came
Maybe
in-
I'll make a video out of that. I haven't done anything cool on YouTube
That
in a
would be
while.
cool. Ted came in chat. I wonder if he fixed all that stuff going on around his area.
Yeah, if
with
you
that
guys
stuff.
haven't seen the video of Ted,
I still
his
have not seen that.
freaking shop got a fucking water main. Pardon my French. We're speaking about Ted. So in front of Ted's shop, they had a darned crazy water main that broke, and it flooded out his whole shop, and it just made just a headache for Ted. And it
Can
was
we
really
play that
frustrating.
on our show?
Sure.
He won't care.
Go for it.
You want to play it?
I don't know. I don't know if you can.
I'll
I
cue it.
mean, I'm
Remember
sure
to
Ted
share.
wouldn't mind the overtime bump.
Remember to share the Chrome tab, Adam. So that
If
way
we can't have if we have the audio, we're gonna get demonetized, right?
Oh, we're monetized?
you'll be fine. Just play Ted's audio. It'll ping Ted,
I mean,
and Ted
Yeah.
will have to say we stole his content, and they'll ask us to remove it.
when was the last time you guys looked at the bank statements for the overtime account?
If
Well,
if
then-
they Ted and they say, "Hey, is this okay?" Blah blah blah. Ted's gonna say, "No, I want all the money from that episode."
Yeah,
I want to
let
share.
him have
I want to
Here,
share.
I'll
For sure.
send you
Let
the
him have
$2
it.
that we make from the show.
Yeah. And Bill, to answer your question about the money thing, Adam already bought his tickets well in advance.
I'm pretty sure there's just maybe it doesn't even go anywhere because Adam's the only one who has access to the account, and I don't think he's ever verified the account, done anything with it. It could just go off into space. It just goes
some money.
nowhere.
It's just not much.
I clicked on some link for some Nigerian princes, and
That doesn't surprise me.
My dad's getting to that point where he calls me, he goes, "Yeah, I got an email that said that the bank statement." Don't click it. Don't click it, Dad.
Yeah.
Don't. Just delete it. Well, just delete it.
Just
delete
Just
it.
wait till they get him with AI voice technology.
Oh, God
the
damn.
older you
right.
get, the more you're like, "Oh, what is this? I got hacked."
Just
Dude,
delete it. Just
I
delete
almost
it.
fell for one of those a little while back. I'll say almost, not really, but I knew it was a scam, but I'm I just went through some scammy shit with the bank, and then I get this email, and I followed up on it, and as soon as the guy got on the phone, I'm like, "Oh, it's a scam."
Go for it.
Yeah, I'm glad you caught it, Bill.
Can you hear it?
I don't.
Who is
Yeah,
this
but turn the
guy?
volume up on your fader bar.
Hey, what's up, Ted Cook? We're stealing your content.
Keep going. A little
That's
bit
a
more.
lot of work to change a capacitor.
Coming to work this morning, here's some of what I found.
Oh,
I'll show you some more in a minute from the cameras of what actually happened.
Oh,
But
man.
pieces of the parking lot were getting picked up and thrown around like potato chips. Now that van I just had painted. I hope it didn't hurt it.
we talking
Busted
Lay's?
the two windows out of the back of that one.
Look at this.
Destroyed this one. That piece
That
right
whole
there
van
landed up
total.
on the roof.
Dang.
Tore the parking lot up so bad. All this from a busted water main. It was
Wow.
bad. It took the dumpster and just went down the hill with it, so they had to move it over there. And they're fixing us a temporary gravel parking lot here. All this went down the hill. There's two units there. We're sitting right here. Pretty rough. So let's look at some of the footage before we got here.
The freaking when the water main took off is nuts, dude. Watch this. Look right behind that last van behind there. You'll see steam. Yeah. There it goes.
Oh, wow.
But wait till it hits the van, dude.
Hey, Ted, what size water main was that burst? I think he said 16-inch water main.
Look at the pressure on that,
It
though,
busted
dude.
the window and flooded out that van. The whole
Look at
van.
that,
For
man.
sure.
That is wild.
That whole van is just sitting there.
I haven't
filling up
seen
with
that
water.
since we tried to fix some plumbing at a hotel once.
Yeah.
I would think.
Or since
Let's go ahead.
no, I was gonna say he probably got it last time he was riding. They fucking sprayed him with that cannon.
24 inch.
If you have a water tower in that town, and that's what's feeding all these, that 24-inch main, I would think a 24-inch main burst would drain that water tower fairly quick. Am I
I
wrong?
mean,
know.
I'm surprised at the pressure, though. I mean, honestly, like that is wild. That's like I don't know, Hoover Dam just opened up.
Yeah. That's
Crazy.
freaking nuts, man. Just destroyed. his
Imagine how
place.
much water was inside that van too.
He said it filled it up like a fishbowl.
Oh, I imagine. And
just-
how long was it going before they stopped it? Like this much water, like
I
How
mean,
long was that pipe going in that hotel bill at one time?
oh, you mean the 2 times it basically happened in the same night?
When you did the water heater.
look
Not
at
you.
this.
Yeah.
Wait till you see this jet shooting all the way over here. That's crazy, dude.
Dude.
Yeah.
Like, how do you even evaluate the damage on this? I mean, it cracked his foundation. Like,
It was
yeah.
building
3 hours and 8 minutes. It was running for
3 hours at that pressure, that much water. How many gallons of water do you think spewed out of that?
Yeah.
and
millions.
to think
And then, like-
that in the summertime they send people around in California to give you a citation for watering your lawn at the wrong time.
And what was behind there? Like behind that building? Like where's all that water going? Is it just going to the neighborhood, flooding out other houses?
That's a good question.
Hopefully to a drainage ditch.
That's insane.
Well, one
man.
behind them, right? I think there's like a ravine or a field behind them, isn't there, or something?
Yeah,
It went-
that's just bizarre.
I wonder
If
if
you-
it
if you're
created any sinkholes in the ground.
Tuning in right now, this is Ted Cook, anti-DIY HVAC. This is his shop, and this is a video on his YouTube channel. It got flooded out.
Alan Olive said it's like a those water towers like a buffer to prevent like water hammer in the main
Yeah.
usually. I don't think they they don't provide water to the
There you go.
city.
Right.
If you
So
go
this man
to
pretty much
engineering
total
mindset,
loss.
I think it is. He
It
has a
was
video
completely
on
full of
the
water.
way the water towers work. It's
Oh,
really
cool.
cool. Actually.
Cool.
I love that channel, by the way, Chris.
Yeah, that
Engineering
is a great
Mindset.
channel. Yeah,
Dang.
that is just crazy, dude.
Well, the van got washed or sand blasted.
Yeah, but typical Chevy paint, it doesn't help when it gets blasted with water. 'cause
Just
it just peels
peppered,
right
man.
off.
Just sandblasted.
Sand
Yeah.
blasted with water.
Well, we're not going to blame that all on the water main because that is a Chevy van, and I drive those too, and the paint just comes off for no reason.
Just
It's
falls
off
off.
easy.
Pretty much.
Yeah, see, that one, like-
personal,
Not terrible. The windows, yeah, but
So, Ted, I'm curious, are they settling with you yet? Or are they still trying to figure out how much they're paying? What's going on with that?
Yeah.
Do you have new vans? Did they buy you new vans?
I
Yeah.
bet
And
Ted was
who
real
covers
calm
that?
too.
Home or commercial or auto
Or the city.
or like yeah.
I bet the insurance has to pay for it, and then the insurance company maybe gets involved with the city and be like, "Hey, you guys owe me some money,"
Right.
because the
They're gonna
insurance
profit.
company, I would imagine, is the one
yeah,
that
the
goes
insurance
to bat.
company is certainly right now going, nope, this isn't us. Call the city.
Mhm.
Dave is saying good luck getting new vans. So I guess it's a long
Yeah,
process.
no, it's really hard, dude. I just got a van and I'd been waiting 6 months. So,
Just painted that, and it's already got a flat tire.
yeah, getting vans right now is just ridiculously stupid.
Oh,
And
I
on
get it.
top of that, with the Chevy vans, isn't this the last year? This year or next year is the last year on the Chevy vans. Then they're going to a Euro style van.
A Euro style van. What's that?
Like the Ford Transit and the Dodge ProMaster, like that.
Oh,
that
I hate those
European
vans,
style
dude.
design.
Those are the worst.
I know they look ugly.
Yeah, they do. I guess unless you're talking like the big tall ones, I could deal with. But
Those the guys who were standing around working for the water company or the city or whatever, and Ted's walking around with his camera. They're probably looking at him like, "Oh God, we got a helicopter here, guys."
yeah, yeah. We got a Karen here, everybody.
But Ted, how much?
Thanks,
Like,
Mark.
did you have your cars and stuff
I mean,
inside?
look at that
Or are
boat,
those in a
dude. Like
different
all that's
garage?
ruined too.
24-inch max flow rate is 18,000 gallons per minute, Michael House. Wow.
Jeez, man. Yeah, that's nuts.
18,000 gallons per minute. Times it by what? What do you say? 3 hours and 8 minutes.
Jeez.
Like how many kilometers is that, Joe?
Wow. That was
Yeah, that's
wow.
bonkers. Oh man, that's just crazy. I
See,
can't imagine
Keep us
all that.
posted for sure, Ted.
this is what we should do on all of our shows from now on. We'll just watch other people's YouTube videos and then either enjoy them or make fun of them.
I've been saying
Yeah.
that for years. I've
Let's
been
do
saying
it.
that.
You've been saying a lot of stuff for years.
Yep. You also said that. What did you say that you lied about? What did Adam say that he lied about?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Some
Actually, I don't think
Mongolian
he's ever
prince
really-
stole all our money. That's one lie.
I mean, there's been so many lies. I can't figure them out. I can't sort them out.
What am I lying about?
I can't differentiate them. Look at that. It's like he lives in a desert now.
It's like
Yeah.
California.
Look at all that mud, too. Is that mud or is that just missing parking lot pieces?
mud.
Sand,
Ted
clay,
is a mud duck.
That looks like it's
mud duck.
pretty thick in there.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
just
yeah.
crazy, man.
Yeah, that's just mud.
Nuts. Oh, what else you guys got going on this weekend?
Nuts
The
and
nice thing
butts.
is, it looks like he needed a new parking lot, so he's going to get a new one for free anyway, huh?
Yeah. 3 inches thick mud. Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right.
All right, enough of this.
Yeah, enough of this shit show.
Yep.
Jeez.
On to
Yes.
the real good show.
Keep
So
us
I'm going
posted.
to I'm heading to New York Sunday. I'm going to Airco boiler class for 4 days.
Nice.
That's going to be interesting.
It's gonna be nice and chilly.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a good point. I gotta see what the temperature is going to be like there. I literally just packed a hoodie.
So
Okay.
I'm good.
Joe Shearer in the chat.
Ah,
Joe Shearer. He must have knew we were playing a Ted Cook video. That's
Best
the only
comment
reason he showed.
was from Joe Shearer. That's right.
What's up, AB Refrigeration, Heating, and Cooling? I don't think I've seen that name in here before.
Cool. What's up?
What's up, Facebook user? Oh, yeah, we almost forgot to say hi to our best friend Randy and his little buddy Luke. Rocking out with their balls out tonight.
So my daughter is getting ready to go off to college, and she is applying at a bunch of different places. And one of the places that she wants to go to school at is Montana State University. So
Oh, man.
I'm like having a hard time with this because my kid, I don't want her to go away, but obviously you want her to,
Have
do
the best
college thing and
education,
stuff.
you
Yeah.
know.
But so we're trying to, my wife and I are dividing and conquering. So my plan was in a couple weeks, my daughter and I were going to go fly to Montana, tour the school, let her get a lay of the land. I definitely wanted to go when there was a lot of snow. I want to make her go through all the experiences that she's going to go through in the snow because my kid is
Good,
from
good
California.
idea. You know what else you should do? You should pay some homeless people to be there and to like just send them a picture. This is who we are. I want you to bother us the entire time we're there. Like maybe pee in a bush right next to us or something. Just like let her rip. And then she's
But-
gonna be like, I don't want to stay here, Dad.
Well, I want her to just to kind of get a feel for it, and she's excited too. But so we started looking at this trip, right? So Montana's small little place, right? Even though it's in the one of the bigger cities, it's still a small town, and there's like no flights to that place. So we're like looking this up, and it's like everything's like direct flights are almost impossible. You can get them, but they're hard, and it's just a shit show trying to get a flight there right now, and just trying to do it at a decent time.
Why Montana? Like, what's the draw?
She because of what she wants to go to school for film and sports. She wants to like film the sports teams and stuff and do that kind of stuff. So they have a good sports team and they have a good film program. So she wants to do that.
What is the
That's not the only school. She has a bunch, but that's just one of the contenders that she likes.
What is it going to cost for her to do that? Like, is it going to be like she's going to get out of college $150,000 in debt?
No.
And then she's going to go film sports games and make like
No, that's one of the rules that we had with this is she's not
talk to
allowed
her
to go
about this.
She's not allowed to go into college like insane amounts of debt or anything like that. She already actually got a partial scholarship.
Oh, very nice.
For what?
For what do you mean for what?
Tennis or something like
No, academics
what's up,
actually.
Zach?
Yeah, academics is what it is. So So she got a partial for that. So, but anyways, she's got all these schools, and of course, none of them are local. They're all out of state, which kind of freaks me out as a dad.
How far away is Montana? Like, let's say you had to go there on the
16
fly.
hours.
16 hours.
So
you gotta fly then. Like, you can't just overnight it.
Nope.
See, Montana. How close is Montana to me?
It's probably 30 hours from you.
Oh, see, I don't have my globe.
I think she wants to get far enough away where you're just not going to pop in.
Yeah.
I want you to do the pop in.
Yep.
Yeah. She doesn't want her friends to see her dorky dad.
My dad's a YouTube star. He works on
yeah. Living. I don't know if you know who I am, but you probably know who my dad is.
No. But yeah, no, this is my like hell that I've been going through. Of course, I want my kid to have a good experience and learn and be on her own and stuff, but
dude, I don't even like it. Like when my kid goes across the street to the neighbor's house and plays with the other little kid, dude, I'm like, I get this weird feeling like I don't know what's going on over there.
Yeah, it definitely is a struggle. And I asked her, guys, I know everybody in the chat saying get her into a trade or something like that. She really, really doesn't want to get into a trade. I tried, but it's just not her thing. So I'm not gonna make her do things. I just won't let her go into debt. That's all.
That's a good idea.
So not gonna do it.
Good to see Jason Uproot in the chat. Actually,
how do you say that?
That's not how you say his last name.
Uproot. Jason Uproot.
Uproot. We'll just say Uproot. You say it. Upshoot. Okay.
Jason Upshoot.
You guys did a good show on school. Upshoot. Parachute.
That was fun. Did you guys see Brian put me on the spot?
He did.
No,
but Adam, you did a great representing the overtime crew on there. Okay, you did a great question.
I totally missed that. What did how'd you rep the hometown?
I didn't.
You did. Oh. You did. It was a podcast or a YouTube video on 410 phase down. Talking about
so Adam, with hearing everything, because I've heard a lot about the phase outs and all this different stuff. So let me ask you this. Do you think it's going to be possible for business owners like you and me to stay in business?
No.
The way things are going right now, if all the plans that they have in motion actually come into play?
It is seriously like, I don't necessarily think that we're not going to be able to stay in business. I think it's going to be more difficult because residential, like, homeowners in the residential lot, like field, I think it's going to become more and more unaffordable.
What's up, Herman?
For companies
and everything.
Yeah, for companies that have technicians that can honestly and actually fix things, you're going to be fine. But for new changeouts and system replacements, that $30,000 price tag that some of these people are paying at the moment right now for full system changeouts is going up.
Now, what does this have to do with the phase out? You're talking about they're going to have to change equipment because it's just being phased out. Is that what you're leading into?
All the new regulations coming into play, not only just the refrigerant phase out, but all the new energy.
Because like R22 has been gone for a while, and I mean I'm still servicing it and filling it. And,
right. Go ahead.
We were talking about one of the things that I asked was, so you can change different components of a system as long as you're not changing the entire system. They're still going to manufacture evaporator coils. They're going to manufacture condenser.
But there's a percentage. If you change like up to 80% of the system, you have to change everything and convert it over. There's like a percentage.
I don't really know anything about that. That very well might be true. But the point is, like, if your compressor goes bad or whatever, you change the outdoor unit, you could do that. But one of the questions I asked, or if an evaporator coil goes bad, because now we have another law going into effect coming in, right? The SEER2 thing is like a real deal thing. So like you need like a match system. So like if they don't have the exact evaporator anymore, you're supposed to maintain SEER2 on whatever the equipment. Like I don't really know, like, is that for sure something that you're supposed to be following on like repairs? But a lot of stuff is like unknown, I think.
Let me state it right now for everybody that can't get this through their thick head. There is no propane in A2L refrigerants.
Right.
Oh my God. There's so many freaking people that
there is no propane in A2Ls. And you will not be putting any A2L refrigerants into existing systems. You will not be retrofitting. You're not going to blow up. Chill the fuck out.
I know.
With
That's
all the
something
stupid
that's
drama.
already.
The redneck dumbass people that still think that there's propanes in my A2Ls. You're fucking
Yes.
idiots.
There's this dude on Facebook that I sent him like 100 links to like ESCO and HVAC school and all this stuff. He's like, the guy at my supply house told me that there's propane in the refrigerants.
Your
and I'm
supply
like,
house guy's a fucking idiot. I'm so people trust
Why
me.
is he working at the supply house? No offense, supply house workers.
that's what I said. I said, counter guy Rick, I'm sorry. You know,
I can't tell you what's in any of the refrigerants right now.
I'm getting my information from Jason Objute, from different people at ESCO, from Don Gillis. These people like work for the companies.
Yeah.
Okay, then in the A2Ls, what is that everybody's so worried about then? Because everybody thinks propane is in there. That's what they're worried about.
Fear mongering. Listen, can you put yourself back in the late 90s, early 2000s when 410 was coming out? It was like Y2K. Everybody thought the world was you're gonna need a separate set of gauges for every refrigerant you work on. You have to have one for 410. You have to have one for 22, for 134.
Yeah.
And there's flammable refrigerant in that 410A, and you're gonna.
Do you remember another thing was? Do you remember when that was all coming about, and they told you have to wear gloves when working with 410 because the oil will eat through your skin?
Yeah, some guy the other day just emailed me, and he's like, you need to be wearing gloves whenever you touch your refrigerants. Your fingers are going to fall off. I kid you not. That's the email he sent me. It's like, bro, get out of here, man. Like, I'm sure that there's some negative effects to that crap, but dude, there's much more shitty stuff in my life to worry about than that. So.
I just think if they're projecting for this January 1st, 2025.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're saying.
That's when the off switch goes down. There's
the first day. So there's like a tiered thing. There's different dates going through.
Oh yeah, you guys will be retired by then.
Yeah,
I think it's just a little early. Like I don't know, and I think the government has to do a better job of kind of putting more out there for the customers. That's why.
Earthquake there, Joe.
Sorry, I hit the desk with my desk because I just feel like I already see it now.
3.9 on the Richter scale.
I'm sorry. I have to like. The only thing I'm worried about is when I go to customers and I have to explain to them, like, I don't know, because we just finished. Well, we just didn't finish, but like, I don't know. I just think the transition for customers is only going to be the issue. The customers,
dude. You know how many of these sales gurus right now that are just salivating? Or is that the word?
100%.
Salivating.
Oh, I know. Like,
well, one of the big things are they're going around telling people you need to change your equipment now before the explosive propane equipment is required. So you need to do it now so you can.
Just like during COVID, I can't. There was some pretty big name people that I got into arguments with during COVID because they were doing that fear mongering bullshit, trying to sell all the stupid air cleaners. It's the same crap right now. These guys are all going through sales trainings right now going, be careful. And they know exactly what to say to skate the line, just like Bill does every time he says a slightly edgy comment, but they train to skate the line.
Well, so the thing is, a lot of technicians, a lot of sales technicians, and that are going around doing this. A lot of them don't know any better because it's their boss, their managers, service managers that are teaching them this stuff, and they're believing the bullshit. So, like, if you guys work for a company or you know somebody that works for a company, let them know. It's all crap. Like, come on.
Because the boss is like, hey, go sit down to Rooster Rocket's sales class, and then all of a sudden you're going to learn how to sell these things. And
you know what interesting thing, it doesn't help that because I installed this carrier system in my house. I convinced my local carrier dealer to give me like dealer access to like a portal on the website, and it actually has like training, like sales training in there. So I started like watching some of it, and it's like, this shit's coming from the manufacturer of this shady training. Like, come on, guys. Like, how to sell air cleaners, how to sell this kind of crap. And it's manufacturer fucking carrier.
You know what we should do? We should have Jason Objute come back on the show and just have a conversation about this.
We've never had him on.
We never had him on.
I thought we
wanted to.
No, we wanted to. I said we should have him on. He's one. I'm the list. I have a list of people that we've been.
Who was the other like overly muscular Jewish guy that we had on the show? Then
Bob Vila.
Let's point this out. Hausch does have a good point. Ethical sales are important and they support businesses. Like, yes, sales is a part of our job. Unfortunately, I'm going to go out on a limb and say 85% of the residential sales companies out there are shit. Okay, there's a very small percentage that do it right, and it's
What's
a
the
bummer.
percentage? It was like 75% of statistics are made up.
Sure, I don't give a fuck. These are all out of my head.
Hey, Jason, what are you doing next Friday?
Yeah, good point. Jason, you want to come on next Friday? Good follow-up. We should have had him on today as the follow-up to the HVAC school one, you know?
Yeah.
That would have been a good idea if we were capable of like doing these things and
but
tying it in
you
with the
have to
social
make-
media push.
Are you going to make one of those really uncomfortable thumbnails like
Yes.
you did for fucking Eugene? That's going to make Jason feel uncomfortable just like it did Eugene?
Yes.
I'm
I'm thinking like one of those Hanukkah candles with all the pointy things are changed into wieners, maybe.
Jason
You
got
know
into what?
Wait,
I
what
was
did you
going to
say?
say, speaking of Eugene,
Really?
I believe Hamilton put in the HVAC Overtime group. He is a graduation. What he got the certificate for?
He's a
He's a
proctor.
proctor for
Proctor.
ESCO,
For ESCO, which is good.
which you
for
can
him.
get that through to, because that's what ESCO's main business is,
Mm.
selling educational resources to schools. So
Yep.
like basically the
that's
trade
what it
schools
is.
and different things, that's their bread
Yeah,
and butter.
He told me he was a proctor, so I sent him a picture of my butthole.
Oh my god!
I guess that was not the right thing to do.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. By
Sorry,
now,
April.
you should probably know your children shouldn't listen to the show, Jason.
Or just mute it when Bill talks.
Yeah.
Don't, or Joe.
Yeah, or me
There you
sometimes.
There you go. So Jason Objute corrected me. They are a standards organization, is what they are.
Hey, Jason,
actually-
what are you doing next Friday? Did he answer me? I didn't see it in the chat.
No, he didn't
Not
answer.
yet.
Next Friday, Jason, come on the show.
Next
Jason,
Friday
obviously-
or the Friday after that. Well, that might be Christmas though, so I don't know. We might not do a
Oh,
show.
that's a good. No, yeah,
Christmas
I don't
will
know.
be like before you know it, dude.
Actually,
It's true.
there's another key I actually got from there. That podcast was Jason mentioned a site called, which I didn't even know of, called Green Chill. And if you go to Green Chill, it'll give you all the EPA, like when they have the webinars and tell you what's going on and all that stuff, which is cool. I got that from that podcast, Green Chill, I believe.
You want to come on the show, Jason?
He's
Friday?
He's open.
Said he's open.
He's open. Come on the show, Jason, and we can finally get this A2L disaster sorted out.
Bill, you give us a confirmation, yes, and Bill will get working on the mildly uncomfortable and
Boom.
offensive thumbnail right now.
I'm going to need shirtless pics, pantless pics, and from the front and the back. And that should be it.
Yes.
I don't
He
know who's
asked
gonna
how
take it
big.
from the back, but yes, front and the back. And then also something to scale in the picture.
Yes.
So I like a ruler, maybe a quarter,
Coke
whatever
can.
you're working with. Something.
Whatever.
A Coke can, yeah.
Jason, he is ripped. I gotta tell you, he came up. We went to Minneapolis to do that training, and he shows up in like a tank top. I'm like, dude, you're like a freaking bodybuilder. He's like, I just got back from working out, lifting weights.
Wait,
Nice.
wait. Hausch just made a good point.
But
What do you say?
What the fuck?
it was Joe's
Joe
idea.
seems to be excited.
It was Joe's
So wait,
idea.
are you gonna be here for this show,
No, Joe
Joe?
won't be here.
He's trying to get out of the
idea,
show.
bro.
That's what he's
Like-
trying to do. He's trying to get out of the show.
Tomorrow, he'll send us an email or a message, be like, it's 1:00, guys, and I don't know if I'm going to make it home by Friday.
He's got a
Dude, it's 7 days away.
He's got a face for radio. He just actually had an accident. A freaking extension ladder fell down on his head, and it.
Who, Jason?
Yeah, he's got stitches and all kinds of stuff going on.
What was he doing next to a ladder? He should be like next to books and stuff.
Oh my god. Sometimes you gotta work on your
Was it
home.
one of those ladders at the library that fell on him? And he was like climbing up to go get a book about how to save money on something. And he's like, oh my God, it fell down, like smashed him in the face.
Oh shit! You'll have to ask him when he comes on the show.
I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm
sure
very
if you're making fun of him before he's on the show. He's gonna cancel Bill. He's
Yeah.
gonna
You have to make at least wait till he's
Don't
on the
cancel,
show.
Jason. Don't cancel. I regret everything I said up until that point.
See, Michael said it was a workout, Bill. It was a workout.
Oh man, that is
That's what it was.
hilarious.
Doing pull-ups on there. 20
Bill,
foot
you're the-
extension ladder
you're
to
the-
the face, bro.
You're
Oh,
the best at making people uncomfortable, my friend. You
man.
genuinely are, Bill.
No, Joe's the best.
I
No,
still
you
my
guys are the
favorite-
best, making me uncomfortable.
My favorite is
yeah, we actually are pretty good at that.
my favorite is when we had Corbett Lungsford on the show and Bill called his tiny house stupid. He's like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Guy
show.
comes on, he's so proud of this small house.
It
And Bill's
is
like,
stupid,
you're
bro.
stupid.
Your
It's
house
a
is stupid.
idea.
I think I even told him it's like it's comparable to living in the trunk of a car.
Right. Right, he was still happy, so high,
He's
high
like, look at this
strung
house. It's
on
like,
this
oh my
house.
god, it's so tight and blah blah blah. I'm like, yeah, but dude, like, come on. Like,
Adam's over here binge watching YouTube videos down in the freaking bottom.
I'm
I'm
just-
watching
yeah.
turn that shit off. It's bugging me. I can't watch it. Go away.
I keep looking down every once in a while. I'm like, what is this one?
There's a video
Well,
playing in
YouTube,
the
yeah, it's
green
killing me
room.
too, Chris. Thank you for mentioning that. Killing me. I was gonna.
I don't know who
pick it
is this
off.
Ted? I don't know who the
Yes.
last
I
one
don't know
was.
who
Ted.
that is.
Yeah,
It could
you're
be
binge
Ted.
watching Ted's channel
Oh
right now.
no, this is Perkins Building Brothers. I watched this last week. There, it's actually a good.
Perkins Buildings, bro. What are they? What's
We
this?
don't need to stare at another YouTube video
I know,
endlessly
it's
for an
killing
hour.
me, dude.
I'm giving
Distracting
somebody else
me.
credit
On the
while
Wish
we're
Green
getting
and
credit.
StreamYards.
Damn,
Okay.
16 stitches to the face. That's what
Ooh,
Abju
that's
got.
Ouch.
That was a freaky thing.
Man, he's gonna have a Joker smile after that.
Dude, I keep I thought that hitting my head and poking it with a nail the other day freaked me out. I couldn't imagine 16 stitches. Ugh.
No, dude. It's been a while since I've luckily hurt myself on the job to actually require any sort of stitches.
I think I broke a toe. My
Did
freaking
you?
foot's been hurting
On
me,
the
but I mean,
job?
there's nothing I could do.
Oh, we're 56 minutes in. I forgot to. I could tell you about what I did this week. How about
Yeah,
that?
hurry up.
Do
Hurry
it.
up.
Yeah,
Take so
end the
long. You guys
show.
are talking about fucking ladders.
Uh,
and stitches.
I'm so close. I am so close to finishing that passive house job.
I've been hearing that for months.
Oh, listen. So all I have left right now is I have one return grill to go on. It's a transfer grill with a duct. Not really a jumper duct.
That special boy.
Who did that?
That's what we're staring at down at the bottom right now.
So, anyways, I had to custom order one because it's a vertical transfer grill, right? So I wanted the bars to go this way instead of this way. So I ordered one. So it showed up today. I have to go back, and then I have to. They were installing the front door. I have to balance the makeup air. That's it.
That's
I'm
it.
done. That's
Like
it.
legit. Like that's it.
That's it. My damper is working. I tested it out
Nice.
today with the
Cool.
makeup air, the Blemo damper. Bam.
Nice.
So is
That would
this
be nice.
the contractor's been hounding you about for months and months and months, or is that another job that I'm thinking
So how now that you're nearing completion, how much did you lose your shit on this job financially?
Oh, it's terrible investment. Terrible.
Right. Because it keeps on
Terrible.
going. Things are getting
That's
higher.
all these jobs I could only
Hate
imagine
that.
that you do that are just
But,
fucking endless.
I mean, this
You
is
gotta
an
ask for more
expensive
money.
job. It's
I
my
can't quote that. It's just like you just got to give me a blank check. Like that's it. Take my word for it. I'm gonna do good.
we're gonna end up close to it's like 140,000 for this job, right? It was not worth it. If I were to do it in high, although I have to say this is pretty cool to have on a resume, right?
Yeah.
It's and this is not only doing a passive house. This is the third 100-plus-year-old passive house on a historic house in the Midwest ever. Period. So it's like it's a big deal. It's pretty
So
cool.
there'll probably be case studies of some sort on this place.
I don't know what they're going to study.
You
They're
get
going
a
to study the
t-shirt or
back of my
something.
freaking head as I'm walking away. I'll tell you that.
So that $140,000, is that just for your services or all
That's-
services?
Oh, that's just me.
Damn.
What do you think this house cost them, like ballpark altogether? What do you think?
I would be surprised if it's less than $2 million.
Wow.
You think that included the purchase of the house, or that's just
Yeah.
their remodel?
Yeah.
Okay, including the purchase and then the remodel costs.
Yeah.
How do you even it's just got to be so hard for them to pull permits and do everything right on a job like this, because I mean, they got to go in and they're going to try to airflow test that, and they're just everything they have to do. And this is a 100-plus-year-old house. It's
Oh,
gotta
that's
be
another
so
thing.
hard to bring up to code.
So on next Thursday, I have to meet the Raiders over there, and we have to go through and make sure that. So that's like a whole. I don't even have all the list in front of me of everything.
Oh,
they
the Hertz
check.
Raiders?
But they're gonna measure all the airflow in every single register, the airflow at the returns. They're measuring the fresh air from both ERVs. They all have to be in the right amount of airflow within a range, right? The exhausts for each one of the bathrooms have to be right dead nuts on. What else? We're measuring the kitchen exhaust hood. We're measuring the makeup air. We got to make sure that the house is not pressurized or depressurized within a certain range. Each room that has a door that closes has to be within a certain range. You can't be pressurizing or depressurizing any room. So it's like a full day freaking thing that I got to go over there and meet the guy with.
See, now this is done. What are you going to do with like all the extra free time you're going to have? Any cool new projects on the?
No, I have that Frank Lloyd Wright house I have to finish up. That's actually I'm pretty close to the end of that too. I shouldn't be
finishing up a couple projects right now, so that'll be nice. You're gonna have all kinds of free time on your hands, my friend.
Yep.
If you want to see what happens to Cool Store on A3 refrigerant, look up Tamahir Cool Store fire. It was the last time it was used in that amount.
Wait, what are you talking about?
That's someone from a European country, I imagine. But he's saying a cool store, so it's basically a refrigeration system. A3 refrigerant is propane or a hydrocarbon. Isobutane is probably propane, R290. And there was some sort of an explosion. They probably had it in mass quantities. Proper procedures weren't being followed, and a big boom probably happened, would be my guess.
New Zealand,
is this on the news or something?
New Zealand, okay.
No, guy in chat. He posted it.
Jason had a good point. I don't know if he said this on the stream for HVAC school or if it was like after the fact or what, but like, all right, so everyone's worried about this, yet we have our service trucks and we pull them into a gas station. We fill them up with freaking 35 gallons of gasoline, which is highly flammable, right? And then we drive off, turn on the air conditioning with our A2L refrigerant, mildly flammable refrigerant, cooling the air. While there's a flame inside of the engine and we're sitting on the tank of gas.
Yeah.
Nobody's worried about any of that.
No,
just fear mongering crap, dude. It's and I get it. We're afraid of change. That's really what it comes down to, is that we're afraid of change. We had my change of subject. I was just scrolling through looking for a picture and I stumbled across this. We had our company Christmas party on Tuesday. So we try to do our Christmas parties early. That way everybody gets their bonuses and stuff for Christmas. But we went to a local hockey arena. So we have a farm team for the NHL near us.
I couldn't believe when he posted that.
Yeah, we used to have a long time ago. We used to have season tickets there, but not anymore. But we rented out a box and then let all the employees bring their family. So they had all their kids there. Everybody had a blast, dude. Super
Did they all
awesome.
skate? They all knew how to skate, or they were
no. We were watching the game.
Oh, watching the farm team.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, we were watching the hockey team. So we watched the game and then but all
I
the
didn't know you guys had ice in California.
I know.
Well, refrigeration, my friend.
That ammonia is running overtime.
I couldn't believe what I heard you say to Steve, Chris, that you guys have chillers keeping pools cooler because they don't want to they overheat, obviously. So they have chillers that cool off the pools.
Yeah. So in the big resort towns down in the Palm Springs, Coachella Valley area, and then also in Las Vegas, any of the big hotel resorts where they hit 120 degrees outside, they have chillers that cool the swimming pools that maintain like 80, 85 degree water. So that way, when it's 120 outside, you actually don't feel like you're standing in piss water the entire time, even though it is
funny. I never ever had thought about that.
Yeah.
Water to water heat exchanger, plate. Who knows? But that's awesome. And that's why
HVAC
is
I was kind of thinking the same thing. Like if you have pools, if you have a pool, why can't you set up something where you could actually transfer the heat into your domestic water? Some type of heat exchanger.
Oh, I'm sure that they have systems like that, dude. 100%. This is Vegas, man. They're trying to do everything they can because in the wintertime they're going to heat those pools. So
that's true. All pools are piss water.
Yeah,
100%.
That is 100%.
So in the wintertime in California, Chris, what do these big hotels with the pools outside do when the outdoor temperatures drop like 50 and 60? I assume they also have heaters, right?
It just depends on the amount of volume that comes to that hotel. If it's beneficial for them, yes, they'll heat their pools. But obviously,
they'll shut it down for the season.
It's a massive loss of energy. But at the same time, in the Palm Springs area of Southern California, I mean, their winter is 55 degrees, right? But most of the time, the average temperature is like 75. So a lot of snowbirds come down from Canada in winter in the Palm Springs area. Right now is their actual busy season. Surprisingly, the summer is not their busy season. Right now is their busy season because everybody's escaping the snow. So all the pools are heated, and the bigger resorts, it's beneficial for them to keep those pools heated and then cooled in the summer. So
that's cool.
for a specific picture.
Are they
You know, the
using
crazy
our-
thing, I have a personal Facebook and I don't ever go to my personal Facebook. So it's like I'm going to it looking for a picture right now, and it's kind of cool. See my
Yeah, I think I was stalking your personal Facebook recently. I put a post or I put a comment in there about how I was upset I wasn't invited to your Christmas party.
Yeah, what did my wife, she told me, I didn't even know she made that comment. She said something like, if you move to California, you can come work for JVS, or she offered you a job.
Oh, did she? I didn't see
Yeah.
that in there.
Yeah, she offered you a job.
I'm going to type back. Is this the official secretary of the company?
Should I let you guys scroll through my photo album of my personal Facebook right now as I'm scrolling through?
What do you got? Show us.
Nothing. Just my family pictures. Boring. You don't want to see Vacationing with the Stevens, right?
No. No, my
I'm currently
God,
looking
no.
at a picture where we're staying in a cliffside hotel on the water, and it's nothing.
Adam, a customer does not have that. Okay, I was going to read that. What's that about? System. They heat the pool and the waste cooling is used to aircon and then else is UK. So the reverse is not needed.
I didn't think they have that much. You know, does everyone have air conditioning over in the UK?
Yeah, I didn't think they had too much.
It's definitely not as popular as it is here.
Yeah.
No, in Mexico right now, they're getting a little bit, or they were getting a little bit of a cold snap. Like they had snow in the remote mountain village that my wife is originally from. And the thing is like they're not equipped to really handle this level of cold. Like they've never had snow in their town before. And their houses have like small heaters, but like they'll go all winter without kicking these heaters on because normal winters are like California winters, right? Like they're kind of higher up in elevation, so they do get a little chilly. Like it'll drop down to like 50, right, in the middle of the night, maybe 40, 45 on a really cold night. But they never turn the heat on. All the houses are made out of basically cement, so all day long it just absorbs that heat and just kind of stays warm. But now they're like, layering up, dude. They're freaking out, or they were.
This is you reminded me when you were talking about the gas station, Adam. I'm pretty sure I've shown this before, but I'll show you right now. This was funny one day. I was at the let me scroll in. You guys ever see these signs at the gas station that say no smoking, turn off engine, turn off cell phone?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, turn off your cell phone.
Guess the rules don't apply to that guy, huh?
What was he?
Gas station.
Wow.
See, if you're wearing a vest like that,
You're wearing a
nothing bad
vest, you
can
don't need to
happen.
worry about that.
It's a safety vest. Everything you touch is safe at that point.
So,
Did they do something on MythBusters with that?
Yeah.
It's not even that big of a deal. That's funny.
speaking of Mexico, whatever happened to Yamo? Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Dude disappeared.
He probably sold those coins that he found and then
Oh,
he's living like a king up in the mountains somewhere.
that's what it is.
You know what'd be really cool is like Yamo disappears off the map for like months or something, right? And then we hear on the news or some other, like he becomes like the leader of a huge drug cartel. Like, wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be amazing.
That would be so awesome.
Like,
Like, yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, he pops in the morning sometimes. Well, morning, and then that's it.
Morning.
His
Actually,
morning is like
he sends Joe and myself vulgar videos quite
sometimes.
Yeah.
Once in a
Once
while,
in a
yeah.
Check this out. Okay, so now that you guys got me going down memory lane right now, my daughter, these are those little things that this is my daughter that's about to go to college. One day I opened up my lunchbox and this note was in my lunchbox. And this just tells you what my kid. I hope you stay awake.
What? Is that the younger one or the older one?
The older one. It was in my
I
lunchbox.
hope you stay
Left me a
awake.
note because she knew I was leaving really early and I was tired. I used to work a lot like that, and I hope you stay awake. Don't fall asleep.
Oh, that's
Dad.
funny. I never get notes like that in my lunchbox.
No,
Man, I hope you stay awake.
do dealers upcharge on commercial vans? Yeah, they are adding a markup right now.
They are so right now. They are.
Yeah, because they know. Well, I'm going to tell you right now because the big companies that are consolidating and buying up companies left and right, those fuckers are buying up all the vans 30 and 40 at a time. So you've got these big companies that are buying up all the local service companies around me, and they're going into the dealerships and they're like, we need 40 vans. So it makes it really hard for the small guys to get vehicles. They're
They got
really
parking
squeezing.
lot full of them.
Yeah, really squeezing everybody right now.
Yeah, he does have ground straps, I gotta say.
Yeah. It's not going to happen, but still, that is funny.
That is funny. Big time.
Yep.
Well, guys,
Yeah.
say we wrap it up.
Sure.
I got to get up early to go run some emergency calls tomorrow. I'll let you know how that goes.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
all you guys listening and watching, don't forget, next Friday, we're going to have Jason Objute on the show. And we're going to get to the bottom of this A2L propaganda.
I just wish they prolong it. They don't make it
propane
for the first of 25. Just give us a little bit, give the economy a little bit more time to recuperate. We're going through a recession, people.
We're going to try to figure out how many jugs of R32 you have to hook up to your propane grill to grill a burger.
That's talking.
None of them.
I mean, you can cook a burger with phosgene gas, right?
These bozos.